Hello and welcome to FT Football. Today I thought I'd review the year of football, so 2020, what it's been like for football. Obviously it has been one of the strangest years, and it's certainly one we'll never forget, and has caused so much problems this year. 2020 has been a terrible year for pretty much everyone, but what has that done to football? So today I'm going to review the year. So in terms of 2020, the football has been, well, it's been different, hasn't it? We now don't have fans in the stadium. We haven't for most of the year had fans in the stadium, and that is the first thing that you really do notice is the lack of fans in the stadium, how boring the game is without fans. And I think it's a real wake-up call to everyone in the football world, especially at the top, the broadcasters, the chief executives of football clubs, that the fans are the ones who make it, not just the people with all the money. And it really is boring without the crowd. They put crowd noises in now on the TV schedules, but just the difference, even when we see like when they start putting 2,000 fans back in the Premier League, how much of a difference it can make, and the fans are really important. And so football without fans is boring. Glad that we had a demonstration this year of that, because some owners seem to think that without the fans, football would still go on, but football is made because of the fans. Talking of fans, this year was the first year I saw where us as fans have actually had a bigger say than usual. Now, usually we don't get a say because you need a lot of fans to do something before the big guys take notice. And I think this year taught us a real lesson, especially if you're in a club. Maybe even say like Newcastle United, for example, they want to do walkouts to get rid of their director, Mike Ashley. And it does work if you do it properly. Like this year with the pay-per-view, for example, the big broadcasters wanted us to pay £15 a match when everyone's got no money because of the situation this year. Just absolutely mental that they'd even think that would work. And it wasn't even like they were putting the best games on pay-per-view. Half the games were like Fulham versus whoever was down there at the bottom at the time. So they weren't exactly the most exciting games. But because a lot of us boycotted it, they took it down and just put it back on, which we already paid for, a crazy subscription for all these sports channels. But they just put them back on the normal sports channels, which was good to see. So this fan thing does have an impact, and I think it shows that as fans, we can make a change. So if you want a change at your club, you just have to get enough fans to do it with you, and I think that's proved massively this year with the pay-per-view dropping. Talking of the TV, I really do like the fact that now, because there is no fans, we get broadcast of all the games. I think we should have had broadcast of all the games already. I know the rule is like the 3 o'clock kickoffs, because they want you to go to the matches, they don't show them on TV. But not all of us can go to every single game. We might have conditions that stop us from going to every game. Some of us don't have the money to go. We can't get tickets. We can't get a season ticket. And we want to still enjoy the match. So I think having all the games live on TV is really good, and I think it brings opportunity for them not to just be on Sky or BT, because Sky or BT can't afford to have all the games. So putting them on Amazon Prime has been a real joy, especially as Prime is so much cheaper than the sports channels itself, and you get so much more for Amazon Prime. And the fact that we're getting games back on terrestrial TV, it's something I've missed. The Champions League always used to be on terrestrial TV. Back in the day, if you're old enough, you will have known that the league was also on terrestrial TV. You'd get a game a week. It's good to see it back on the BBC, the likes of Premier League matches, and hopefully that will continue in the future. If we show all the games of the weekend, give the BBC or ITV a game, or Channel 4, so that everyone can enjoy football, not just those who can afford to watch it. And I think that is something that needs to be done, and I think this year has proved that having all the games is a good thing, and I think we'd still go to the game even if it was on the TV, because you just don't get that same match day experience if you're at home as you do in the stadium. So I think they need to broadcast all the games. I mean, they already broadcast the games across the sea. Like Premier League, for example, in America, you can watch all 10 games on TV that are broadcast that week. We in the UK normally wouldn't have that, because we wouldn't have the 3 o'clock games, which makes absolutely no sense to me. So I think it's a good idea to put all the games on TV, and it's fantastic to see. In terms of the football, though, this year has been crazy, and I think 2020, because of the massive break we had without football, and because of how congested the fixtures have got, it's actually made football for a neutral a lot more exciting, and I think will continue throughout this season to be a lot more of an excitement season, because, I mean, if you look at the Premier League again, for example, here, the league is so close at the minute. No one is really running away. Liverpool's not running away with it this year. Man City's not running away with it. No one's running away with it. And the top 10, I mean, even if you're just outside the top 10, a couple of wins and suddenly you're in the top 10 looking for Europe contention. Anyone's beaten anyone. The games, because people are having to rest star players, it's becoming a lot more exciting. And the clubs in Europe are struggling because they have to play more of their star players in Europe. They can't play them in the Premier League and Europe this week. It's made the league so much tighter, and this isn't just in the Premier League, but it's across Europe. We're seeing the likes of Juventus aren't top of Serie A. Barcelona and Real Madrid are struggling. Bayern Munich isn't running away with the league in Germany. I think because it's so close, because they have to use more players, it has made the game a lot more exciting. And maybe there could be a rule where we have a normal season, but you have to use a certain amount of players by a certain point would make things more interesting, like as if to simulate injuries, because obviously we don't want players to get injuries. It has been one of the drawbacks of the season, the injuries, the amount of players getting injured. They do need time off. I know people go, well, back in the 70s they played all these games. Yes, they did, but it's not good for their health. We want to see the best standard of football, and to see the best standard of football, we don't need the best players getting injured. But they will overworked. They're doing all they can at the clubs. They've got doctors, dietitians, everything working on the issue. But simply playing too many games at a too high level will take a toll on players, and that's why we've seen a load of injuries. But because of all the injuries, it has made the game more exciting for the neutrals, because teams like Liverpool, because teams like City, who can afford the big players, can't play all their big players. I mean, Liverpool have lost this season to injury. Virgil van Dijk, the likes of Thiago, Mane and Salah have been off a few games. Now they've lost Jota. Those sorts of players who can make the massive difference haven't been there all season because of injury. And so it's making their games a lot tighter, and other teams can get in. I mean, the fact Liverpool don't have a centre-back, that has really helped teams get at them, and we're seeing a lot more draws. I mean, this stage last season, I think they'd only drew one game, won all the rest. This season, they're drawing a lot more. I mean, they lost 7-2 to Villa. Who could have saw that before 2020? I don't think anyone would have predicted it. So I think the injuries have made the game more exciting, but obviously we don't want to see injuries in football. Overall, 2020, who's been the real big winners in football? I mean, Liverpool finally winning the title. Liverpool fans must be absolutely ecstatic with that. That is an unbelievable thing. I'm glad the Premier League didn't stop so that Liverpool fans could actually enjoy winning the title. Yes, it's not the same. They won't get to witness it, but having that first title in 30 years, that's got to be a crazy feeling, which was nearly taken away from them had the league just been cancelled like across Europe. Some of them have been. Other winners this 2020, Bayern Munich, they've absolutely slaughtered everything in 2020. I mean, the Champions League format, I think, fitted them better without the two legs. It didn't give chance for teams to get back at them, and they proved it. They were the best team, and they were winning trophies like every week. I think 2020 has been an interesting year for football overall. What I would say is also that the transfer business hasn't been so crazy this year. Because no clubs got money because of COVID and financial crisis around the world, we're not seeing these ridiculously stupid transfers. Like, we're talking hundreds of millions for a player. The game shouldn't be at that level, and I think because of COVID, we're going to see a drop in transfers, and players could be going for a lot cheaper of a price, which means we might have some more interesting transfer stories, and I know that 2021 summer is going to be crazy because of it. So yeah, overall 2020 has been a crazy year of football, and I've been glad to witness it. I'm so glad we did get to see football, because I didn't think there was going to be at a point that we'd get to finish the year of football or have any. The behind the scenes has been amazing to make sure that football can go ahead even with COVID. And because football has managed to go through, it's made a lot of us cope a lot better with 2020. We've had something that we can watch. Football has been so much football that we can enjoy ourselves, take us out of the worldly situation because we got football. So I think it's been great that we got it back. And yeah, it's been for the football, it's been a good year of exciting year of football, and I just can't wait to see what it brings for 2021. Obviously, the repercussions of 2020 will carry over to 2021, especially with the Euros as well, so that could be a really interesting tournament because of the injuries, because of the fitness levels of players. They're going to be going a whole year. Some of the players only got like a week off, so it could be a really interesting summer of 2021. So it's going to be an exciting 2021 for football, and yeah, that'll conclude this video. These were just my thoughts on 2020 and the football this year. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Has your club done well this year? Let me know. What's been your favourite game this year? My favourite game was the Liverpool 7-0 against Crystal Palace, but I'm sure there's a lot of Aston Villa fans out there who the 7-2 against Liverpool would have been their favourite game. What's been the best game of 2020? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you like this style of video, or you just like this video, make sure you hit that like button, and why not share this video on social media so your friends can see. So if you do like this video, also put it down in the comment section. If you want to see me talking more like this, I might do some more talky style videos, then put it down there and I'll get some out for you guys as soon as possible. If you're new to the channel, why not click that subscribe button for at least, I think, we're doing about 2 football videos a week now on FT Football. So if you want to see more football videos every week, then make sure you click that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed and mint like that, make sure you also click that bell button so you don't get missed. And while you're here, if you want something a little bit different from football and you want something to do with TV and movies, make sure you check out my other channel, Gate of Theories. We do crazy TV and movie videos, and we're doing even more in 2021. So if you want to go and check that out, there'll be a link in the description or a card up above to go and click that. So go click that. And I hope you guys have an amazing new year. Happy New Year to you guys, and I'll see you in 2021 with another video. Thanks for watching, guys.
All the things we